We are going to talk a little bit about the Columbarium. We have had a Columbarium at Zumbro now. I'm going to make this up. It happened shortly before I came, but about 9 years now, something like that. And Chris Harms is on the Columbarium team, and Chris is going to talk a little bit about that perspective and talk a little bit about how that process works, if any of you are interested. I know I hear more than a few times, I'd really like to be able to use the Columbarium, but we already made arrangements. So, and that happens, that's fine. God will come and find us wherever we are, and God will raise us up. But certainly something that becomes an option for some people that maybe haven't made their plans. So Chris, thank you for being here today.
Certain. Thank you. Thank you for having me. My name is Chris Harms, and I am talking into a microphone. I'm currently the president of the Columbarium Board of Trustees. So I'm supposed to know everything there is about the Columbarium, but just in case I don't, the other members who are incredibly intelligent are Chuck Johnson, you can't get better than that, Tim Moline, Karen Jensen, Nancy Morse, Dave Erickson, he's the one who does much of the visual arts work up in the church, and Tracy Shar. He is the administrative liaison that we have to the staff, so he knows all the answers too. But the Zumbro Lutheran Church Columbarium, this I like. It is built on the tradition of burial in the churchyard. We're not going to have a traditional graveyard associated with Zumbro Lutheran, but we have the Columbarium, which offers a place of rest that is regularly visited by your church family and held in spiritual trust by the members. The Zumbro Columbarium is immediately adjacent to the church building, and it's surrounded by parishioners arriving for worship and the green space of the park on the church's east side. So if I were to point, and I am directionally challenged, it's right up there. Beautifully landscaped and very peaceful, very, very peaceful up there. It has design elements to emphasize both the reverence of a final resting place and a connection with the living body of Christ worshiping in this adjoining building. The Columbarium, it consists of beautiful granite walls within which are multiple spaces designed to secure the cremains of two persons. So you and a partner can share the same niche. The names of the deceased and the years of their life are recorded on the face of the niche, fixing in stone, etched in granite, your relationship with the church. My husband Roger and I have been members of Zumbro since 1978. So, Zumbro congregation has been our church home for almost 40 years. And that made our decision to utilize the Columbarium a very easy one for us to make. We'll be at home where our friends and relatives can remember us as having belonged, and what better place for a final resting place than at home. Our commitment to the Zumbro Columbarium, and we're environmentalists, so this we both like too, we're making a smaller footprint on the environment. And we have the chance to be remembered by, in a small way, and still be a part of our worship family at Zumbro. It's a win-win for us. There's also a memorial wall associated with the Columbarium. It's a big, there are several large pieces of granite on which you can have the names of those you want remembered put on the memorial wall, even though they've been buried someplace else, just to affirm their connection to Zumbro Lutheran Church. So that is another option that some people have utilized, and that's a fine plan. Do you have any practical questions, like cost? Okay, I'll tell you. If you buy a niche, which is the right size for two sets of cremains, you and your partner, it's 25,000. No. Let's say there's a comma there. It's 2,500. It's $2,500 for one niche. Good heavens. And if you don't have a partner and you are being buried alone in the wall, that's fine. Half a niche is $1,500. And what? She's being ornery. Oh, well, you would get your name, and another person would also share that with you in that case. And if $2,500 is too much to come up with all at once on a case-by-case basis, Tracy Shar will work out a payment plan so that everyone can be included. I think, I can't remember for sure, it's at home in the cubby. I think Roger and I are in E13. So we've got our spot and it's already set. And if you sign up for a niche, you don't have to have your name on it yet, but you'll know. You can say, oh, I like the Petersons. I want to be near the Petersons. And you can pick your friends. So anyway.
We're next to the Morais.
Oh, Addie and Dwayne Murray and the Petersons close together, and that's always good. Are there any questions that you might have?
What would happen if our church shouldn't be here, saying long range, and move someplace? Would that all move?
The question is, what would happen if suddenly we're not a downtown church, we've moved way out somewhere? What happens to the Columbarium? And I would say we wouldn't pick up and move the physical cement structure of the Columbarium, but we would very carefully take each of the cremain boxes, marked as who's in them, put them in a new one at the new location. So yes, you're not going to be left behind and forgotten. You would be taken along and then relocated in the new Columbarium. Yeah.
How much is it for the name?
For the name on the wall, the memorial wall. Oh, hey Chuck, do you remember? $350 to have a loved one's name put on the wall. Thank you, Chuck. He knows everything. All right. Well, I thank you for your time.
Thank you, Chris.